never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading.
La familia, welcome back. Just picked up a load. Two important things I want to talk about. Relationships. I know I speak about that a lot, but so today I was on the load board, on the apps and stuff like that, and I don't know if y'all heard me talk about the route I had. I'm still waiting to see if it come back next month. But anyway, I was looking on the load board and I saw a load, but I saw it was the company that gave me the route. But with those companies, a lot of times, let's say you got a primary company, within that company it has different branches, right? So I wasn't sure if it was going to be my guy or not. I clicked on it and it was my guy. So he had a load from Meriden, Baltimore going to Rhode Island, like 6 hours, about 300 and something miles. So I sent it over for like 700, but I got my office to call him because of the relationship and see what did he have in it. Could we, make the number work? So he was like, nah, I really can't make it work at 700 because I only got it in for 650. So, and he had two bids already, one for 500 and one for 550. But he was like, if we could cover it for 600, he would let us have it because of the relationship. So that's what I'm saying. Like, the relationships are like extremely important. So he was like, I'm not gonna really make a lot of money on it, but I appreciate, our relationship and, the good service you guys provide. So I'd rather go with y'all so I can sleep better, right? So a lot of times, like I said, a lot of the loads we end up getting are from like relationships, right? Or just sometimes just calling the people and hold one second. So like I was saying, like the relationships are what matters. It's very important to have the relationships. Now, it's good on both ends, right? Because for him, the relationship mattered because he made less money, but he comfortable because of the relationship, right? The work we've been doing with him. So he's comfortable and he'd rather have the comfort. On our end, the relationship matters. We making less money, but it continues the relationship. So every time he gets something, if it's something in the DMV area, like I say, we're gonna probably get it. Whether he reach out to us or we see it or whatever the case may be. Now, he didn't initially reach out to us because we've only done like the local route for him, which was like an hour distance. But he didn't know we was so interested in something a little bit longer. And even what we explained that to him, like, hey, no matter what it is, just let us know. Unless it's going like the West Coast or something like that, we probably not gonna take that. But you just never know. But and even at the 600, it's still like a pretty decent amount of profit in there because it's gonna cost me about $120 in fuel to actually go up there and come back. So it probably cost me like $125 in fuel, if that. Then some tolls I'm gonna have to pay. It's probably gonna cost me about $40 to $50 in tolls. So that's really not that bad, give or take. Even if I spend $200 total round trip, that'll still give me like a $400 profit, and that's if I don't get something coming back. That's the thing. I should be able to find something coming back, but if not, I'm still okay because it's still good pay for the day. If I get back early enough, I'll be back in my zone where I can find something. Another thing I want to talk about is holding something for the weekend. This is like a positive and a negative because one, you charge a little bit more because you are holding it for the weekend. But a lot of times you might get like one pallet that you're holding for the weekend. Maybe two, but typically it's one. And when I saw this, I just saw one pallet. I didn't pay attention to the dimensions and stuff. So I'm like, all right, I can grab that, hold it, and still run around and do some local stuff today and tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I can still run around and do it because this doesn't deliver till Monday. But when I got here, the freight is taking up at least 2 pallets worth of space. It's very long from what I showed y'all. It's a very long piece of freight, 140 inches. The van is 170 inches. So now I'm kind of shut down for the weekend. Unless it's something small as far as the medical apps and stuff like that where I could grab it. But if I got to take like a pallet or like something bigger, I can't do anything all weekend. So I'm pretty much out of commission until Monday. But hopefully I can get like a medical app job or something like that, airspace, or even carry a lot. Carry stuff be kind of small. It just all depends. But carry typically doesn't move too much on the weekend. It's very rare I get a notification for something for carry on the weekend. Now airspace, yes, and hopefully it's something small. I should be able to get whatever airspace give me, unless it's something crazy long like this. But I'll look at the dimensions and be on the safe side if it's something with airspace. But typically, airspace on the weekend is something that I still got enough space for, which would be great. But it's Friday also. I can't do nothing for the rest of the day today if it's just to get back on the load board and find a regular load. So the only thing I'm like limited to until Monday is the medical, like airspace, right? Because it's small. So I don't know. Like y'all tell me what y'all think, like the pros and cons of that, right? It's good pay, but it's taking up my truck for 3 days. But again, there's no guarantee that I'm gonna even get anything on the weekend. I think last week I don't think I got anything from nowhere, and I was actually looking. So it can be like a good and a bad thing because you don't know what is coming. You don't know whether you can get something or you don't get something. So I don't know. I'm cool. I wish it was a little bit shorter. So like I say, if it was something on the weekend, I definitely could take it because I could still get a pallet or two. Like if it was just one short pallet, then I'd be like, I wouldn't care. I'm totally fine. Because that's when I picked it up. That's the mind state I was in. I was in a mind state that it was going to be one pallet that I was going to have plenty of space to still get other stuff all weekend. So I wasn't really like tripping about it. So it's just like, dang, it threw me off a little bit that it's so long and I really can't do anything else the rest of the weekend. Nothing like big, I should say, nothing big the rest of the weekend. So I don't know. Let me know what y'all think. You know, do y'all think it's worth it to get something for the weekend and hold it like all weekend? Or do y'all think like y'all would rather just take y'all chances and see if something else pop up? You know, it's like, that's a tough call to make because you don't know which way things gonna go. It's so hard to decide what to do because you can't control the outcome. Like, of course, if you do one thing, you think that's the best thing. But if you do another thing, you like, oh, you think that's the best thing. So you kind of don't know what route to take. I guess it's just, you just roll the dice. You know, what they say, a bird in your hand is better or something. I don't know how the quote go. But, man, I guess it's better to have this. And I could look at it as if, like, okay, this is my work for the day. And I could look like, all right, I made $600 for the day. So that's a positive way to look at it. But the only way that works is if I find something else Monday. So if I find something else Monday, then yes, this qualifies as a $600 day for Friday, which is great. So I guess that's the way to make it work. That's what you got to do. I guess like whatever decision you make, you got to make it the right decision because you don't know if it's right or wrong when you're making it. So whatever decision you make it the right decision. And by making it the right decision, I got to make sure that Monday I find something else for Monday. Or hopefully, like I say, something small come in over the weekend that'll kind of like give me a little bit of room for Monday, right? So, like I say, let me know what y'all think. I'm about to go park the van. I got some running around to do. No trucking stuff. I got some stuff to do with my properties and some eBay stuff. to take care of. I just had a major leak at one of my properties, bro. I'm telling you, man, this real estate stuff is no joke, man. Every time I think I'm out the woods with something else pop up. Like, it's crazy. Lady just sent me, a tenant just sent me the video. Water gushing down from the bathroom.
Jesus Christ.
Bathroom leak. Now I got a whole crew. Gotta go over there. Gotta fix that. Don't tell them what that's gonna cost. I'm just like, ugh. It's too much going on, man. It's too much. So, but it's all good. There's nothing you really can do about it. Just gotta make the best of it. So I'm gonna drop this off. Like I say, if I get anything over the weekend, of course, I like to tell y'all whether I ended up picking up anything or not. So I'll let y'all know. I'll keep y'all posted. If not, I'll see y'all on Monday when I drop this off. Holla at you. Boy. All right, guys. Welcome back. So I finally made it to Rhode Island. Well, I don't want to say finally. I didn't finally make it to Rhode Island, but I made it up here last night about 7 p.m. I was gonna like drive in the middle of the night. That's what I was trying to decide like all weekend, but I was gonna drive like through the middle of the night. Most of the time, if it's in a 4 to 6 hour range, I would just get up in the middle of the night, like 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, depending on what time my delivery and stuff like that. If I got like a 7, 8 o'clock in the morning delivery, I'll just leave about, like I say, 12, 1 o'clock at night, and just push myself through. And then I'll just turn and burn. I'll drop and then come right back. But it's like, I'll be tired as I don't know what. Like, by the time I get home, I'll be just totally burnt out for the day. My day be over with. It'll just shut me down. Even if I get home like 2, 3 o'clock, it'll just shut me down for the day. My body be just so burnt out. So this time I decided to do something a little bit different. Not saying I never did it. I do it like a lot. But this time I decided to do something just a little bit different. I ended up leaving yesterday, which was Sunday, and I just got a hotel. I ended up getting a hotel for a really good rate, like insanely good rate. So I ended up leaving last night, getting here about 7 o'clock, and I'm about 15 minutes from the drop-off. So I'll be at the drop-off on time this morning around about, I'm supposed to be there at 8, right? But I think I'm gonna try to be there probably about 7:30, just to be on the safe side, just see how things go. Because I don't know how traffic gonna be. You know, when it's not your own town, you don't really know like how traffic gonna be in the morning. But just about everywhere you go, morning traffic is just there. Like, you kind of can't get around it. So I'm hoping it's not like too bad, but I'm gonna keep paying attention to the GPS and see if traffic start to build up. But I'm planning on leaving the hotel probably about 6:45, 6:50 to be on the safe side. Like I say, so I could be there about like 7:30. Because it says it's about 15 minutes away. But like I say, I gotta give a little run for like traffic. And I'm not supposed to be there till 8 o'clock anyway. So I'll have plenty of time to get there. What I gotta decide is what I'm gonna do after that. That's gonna be the dilemma. Am I gonna leave and then head on back home? Or, like when I do this sometimes, I'll come back to the hotel and just stay at the hotel until checkout time. And then I'll look for something so I'm in the comfort of the hotel. I'm not in the truck. I'm trying to look for something, you know, while I'm in the truck and all that type of stuff. They got breakfast, free breakfast and all that. So normally I'll come back to the hotel, get some breakfast, and look for a load to come back on the load board. So we'll see how that go. I'll let y'all see, like, you know, once I get to the spot, like always. Once I get unloaded, I'm going to kind of make my decision from that point. I know the area I'm in Rhode Island is not a busy area. I look at the load board all the time. I'm up this way enough. I won't say all the time, I'm up this way enough. And this area isn't busy. It's not a busy area. You might find something here and there, but it's not a real busy area. Probably I'm going to end up going back towards like New Jersey, New York. I got to go through Connecticut, you know, stuff like that. Connecticut is a little bit busier, but not as busy either. It get a little busy when you start going back to New York, New Jersey, but I rarely stop and pick up something in New York just because of the traffic. It's so heavy, you know, all of that type of stuff. So I prefer New Jersey, Pennsylvania. So as I'm coming back down, I'm getting through the New York traffic and all that stuff. And then New Jersey, I've picked up in New Jersey several times on my way back down. So I'm shooting for a Jersey load going back south. So we'll see. I'll let y'all know once I make that decision, once I drop the load. So I'll see y'all at the drop. so we all set. We got the truck unloaded. It was a little awkward when you have long freight like that. You just got to maneuver a certain kind of way to get it off. But I've been doing this so long that I can kind of tell the fork truck drivers how to get it off. Sometimes they don't know. Like places like this don't just get like, it's not like a warehouse where they get freight like every single day. So the forklift drivers are like familiar with how to get it off the truck. So I just had to show them, like, when it's long freight like that, if you guys got long freight on your truck and it's your first time, maybe you're not aware, even a fork truck guy not aware. If you got really long freight where it's like taking up most of the space inside your truck and it's one piece, what you want to do is, if sometimes they got real long fork extenders. So, you got the fork truck and then they got extenders on it. So if they got real long extenders on it, most of the time they can pull it off. But even with that, with it being so long, the balance can be a little bit off, right? So what I suggest you do is pull it off and let half of it like lay on the ground. And then you go around the side of it and then you can lift it up and then pull it, the whole thing off. Or like this one, he was a little nervous to do that, right? So what I told him to do was pull it halfway off, let the half sit on the ground, and then put the fork truck under the other half and then lift it up just a little bit. And then when he did that, I was able to pull the truck forward. And when I pulled the truck forward, then now he got the whole freight in his hand. So now he can just lay that slam on the ground, right? So that just made it a whole lot easier for him to get it off the truck. So really nice too. They really nice. That was a really good, nice transaction. Really pleasant, So now I'm done with that, wrapping up with that. I set the load board up while I was waiting. So I set the load board on Rhode Island, Connecticut, and New Jersey, Philadelphia, and Delaware, just so I can kind of see what's going on. I know I'm like a distance away from all of those, but as the morning grows, as I'm driving back down, I might can see something picking up at like 10 o'clock or something like that in one of those states, and I know I'm going to be almost close to there, and I can pick it up. And like I say, or maybe something might pack up for Rhode Island where I'm at, or Connecticut when I start going through there. But like I say, if I see something picking up in New Jersey, and it's like 2 hours from now or something like that, I'll be almost close to New Jersey by then. So I might try to pick it up. So I'm on the board looking. My office is on the board looking. So hopefully I can find something going back. Definitely was a good idea to go to the hotel last night and get some rest, because I feel like that's a regular day. Like I'm at home, I'm well rested, good energy. Whereas though if I had just like drove through the night, left at 12 o'clock midnight, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. So I would have been already up for 8 hours through the night. And I'm like, dang, I gotta drive back. So it would have been like very draining. So the hotel was a great idea, especially for the price I got it. So this was a good run. I know some of you guys don't like driving too far from home, and some of you guys like driving home. So I'm in the middle. I'll drive far if the price is right. But I prefer to stay closer to home. I'm like everybody else. I like the comfort of my own home. So, but the price was pretty cool on this one. It was worth me going. Plus, it was like a Friday over the weekend type of thing. So, all in with expenses. So, all in. No, let me back up a little bit. So, the rate was $600 for the load. I put it in for $700, but it was one of our regular guys. He was like, he only put it in for $650 himself, but he'll give it to us for the $600. And he actually had lower bids. I told y'all that. But with the relationship, he was like, I look out for y'all and give it to y'all, which he did. So that was great. So all in, it was $600 for the load. I got like $50-something in fuel coming up. So which means I'm gonna need probably 50 something going back. But that'd be like 100, little over 100. I wasn't paying attention to the tolls, but I don't know. I think Waze only showed me the tolls. I can't remember if Google showed me the toll, Google Maps. In my mind, I think Google Maps do show me the tolls. I know it does, but I ain't noticed the tolls for some reason on this one. And I didn't set my Waze up because I was not in a rush. Normally, I have both of the GPSs running, just traffic issues and stuff like that. But I know normally when I go to New York, I normally spend about 27 to 30 bucks in tolls going up, probably like $27 or something like that, close to 30, something like that. So I'm guessing it got to be somewhere in that range. I had to spend at least $30 in tolls coming up, maybe 35. Going back for some reason, it'd be cheaper. Every time I go to like the New York area and come back, I notice my tolls are a lot cheaper. Sometimes when you go in one direction, they charge you for the tolls going. But when you come back, it's no toll. So I guess it's like an upcharge going, so it's no tolls coming back. So I always know going back, my tolls are cheaper. So I probably end up spending another $50 in tolls, and my hotel fee was like $50 something. So all in, I'm probably in for about 200, 210, something like that on a $600 load. Even if I'm off by like $20 or something like that, because I know I'm not off no more than that as far as the tolls concerned. So at best, I'm in for like 225. At worst case scenario, 250. I know it's not 250, but so I should net close to 400. Either I'm a net 400, 375, or lowest, very lowest, like worst case scenario, I'll be the 350 for the day run. So that's like pretty good net. You know, after all expenses, I think that's pretty good. So like I say, and it'll make it a lot better if I catch something coming back. So if I catch something coming back, then that'll be even beautiful. And y'all know, like when I come back, I try to take it like a lower, cheaper rate, because I'm going home anyway. I might as well take something cheaper. So if I get something going back for like 300, I'll take it, because I'm literally driving that way. So they're paying me to just drive back to the house. But I'll get back early enough where I might could catch something too. So I'll see how that go. So man, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, you know, hit the like button and all that type of stuff. Leave a comment. You got any questions about the load board? You got any questions about airspace, carry, or anything to do with the trucking? I know y'all see me in a Sprinter van all the time, but you know, I'm connected to box trucks, like everything. So if you got any questions about that, just leave it in the comment section, and I always try to respond like right away. So I'll see y'all on the next video, man. Hope y'all enjoying the content.
I never made it.